Okay, long time no collection video. Sorry about that, but I've been really busy with the summer and what with getting married and going to the honeymoon in the United States. But now I'm back and it's business as usual. So another collection video, this time the PlayStation 1. Now I know this isn't the biggest PS1 collection there is, and I know I'm missing a lot of classics, but I think I do have a pretty good representation what the PS1 has on offer. And you know, this is a work in progress. Like all of my collections, I'm still adding stuff to all of them, so bear that in mind when you leave comments and I'm missing this and that. But let's start here. Silent Hill. Now this is one of the games that really sets the PlayStation apart from, say, Nintendo 64. There really wasn't anything like this on the Nintendo 64, and this really embodies the spirit of PlayStation and its players. A really classic game to this day. Well, as is Resident Evil, this is the longer director's cut, but naturally the best version of this is the GameCube remake. Beautiful game. Vib Ribbon, really cool PlayStation exclusive. Now you really have to play this game to understand it. Take a look at other videos of it. It's basically a rhythm game. The graphics are all black and white, really simplistic, really cool. You can put in any music CD that you own and the game generates a playing field for you. You have to press right buttons at the right time. Good fun, really unique. Darius. I don't have that many 2D shoot 'em ups for the PlayStation 1. Actually, this is my only one. I just prefer to play them on the Sega Saturn. But I've always liked Darius games with their unique setting and theme with the spaceship, fishes and other sea life. Good fun. And then on to racing games, Gran Turismo 1 and 2. The best racing games of the generation. Enough said. Wipeout 3, this one's still sealed here. I'm gonna keep it that way, not that common anymore. This Wipeout 3, the special edition, it's the best Wipeout there is for the PlayStation 1 with the best selection of tracks and stuff like that. A nice game. Then something a bit different, Warhammer, Dark Omen and Shadow of the Horned Rat. I've always liked Warhammer games, starting with the miniature game that you play on the tabletops. And well, I've just been curious what they are in the digital format. I played this more on the PC, and they naturally belong there more than on the PlayStation 1. I believe only one of these support the PlayStation mouse, which is pretty much a requisite for good gameplay. But these are fun games with good game world and good concept. I really like those. But naturally, Warcraft II is one of. It doesn't get much better than this strategy game-wise. But again, better on a PC, but a cool game to own on the PlayStation 1. And then onto some classic gameplay here. Megaman X4, X5 and X6. Don't get me wrong, these are excellent games, but I still prefer the, I guess, a more simplistic gameplay of the X1 and X2 on the Super Nintendo. You know, these just have too much things going on there. You know, with the multiple characters and all sorts of stuff. I think I even prefer the graphics of the Super Nintendo versions over these. But you know, classic games, all of them. And I also have Megaman 8. The graphical style of 8 is quite the same as Megaman 7 for the Super Nintendo. Not that big of a fan of it. I'm just glad they reverted back to the old graphical style, the 8-bit style with Megaman 9. Metal Gear Solid and the Special Missions disc as well. What can I say? This was one of the most influential games of the entire generation. A lot of games after Metal Gear Solid have taken stuff from it. Really influential and fantastic games. There is a heated debate over which one is the better version, this PlayStation 1 version or the GameCube remake. I'm leaning towards the GameCube remake, but I know I'm in the minority in that, so let's give the classic all the credit it deserves. Then on the Squaresoft, Vagrant Story. Again, a really unique gameplay experience as much as RPGs goes. Really nice progression system, and thematically quite different with this dark goth theme. Nice game. And Legend of Mana. Ever since Secret of Mana was such a big hit on the Super Nintendo, people have been waiting for another game in the Mana series. The sequel on the Super Nintendo was never made available to the Western world, and this Legend of Mana was never imported to Europe. So this is the American version. Fantastic looking game with the 2D hand-drawn art. Truly a masterpiece. Chrono Cross, another sequel to a Super Nintendo game, doesn't come close to Chrono Trigger, but well, it's of the same world, so it's a good game. Something different from Squaresoft, Bushido Blade. Really different fighting game where the fighters carry swords, and any hit can be the last of even the first hit can be the end of the match, because this is ultra realistic and has a really good ambience theme to go with it. Nice to see that Square does different stuff as well. Then Final Fantasy Tactics, the best tactical RPG there is. I don't know even how many hours of gameplay there is if you wanna open everything there is, but a classic to this day, infinitely playable. Then other Final Fantasy. Here are Final Fantasy 7, 8 and 9, the biggest classics of the PlayStation 1 library. You simply must own them if you own a PlayStation 1. I also have here, these are the only platinum games of my collection. The originals are absolutely mint, and the platinum versions are still sealed. I'm gonna keep them that way. Let's see how much they are worth in 10 or 20 years. It's nice to have them. Let's pack these up. And something other sealed here as well. I have FIFA 2005. One of the last PlayStation 1 games there was a really new game at that, and I actually have a whole sealed box of them. There are 15 inside, so I have 16 sealed of these. I had them for €1 a piece, so I just thought that I'll buy an entire box and keep it for 20 years, and let's see how much they are worth. Not that I'm not that much big of a fan of sports games, so more of a collection thing there is. Then the last game, and I think the best game on PlayStation 1, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The best Castlevania game there is. Really wrote the book completely over in terms of gameplay wise. Brilliant graphics, fantastic music, the structure is great. There is so much more to say about this title than I have time left, so I hope you have played this, or if you haven't, pick it up. One of the finest 2D games there is. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll keep making them, and thanks for watching. Bye.